One thing I really love to do, guys, is just look back at my old videos. I feel like I used to be so much more entertaining than I am now. That's kind of sad. But the quality of this prep, I think, is much better, and it's quicker. You know, I've been through it before, so I know what to expect, and I've evolved both mentally, emotionally, and physically. But one thing that I do notice, looking back at my old videos, was how dirty my diet was, for the most part, whereas now, this week as I'm doing macros, I'm much cleaner, and I'm throwing in foods like beans, broccoli, and shit like that, and I try to stay away from the ice cream and the Pop-Tarts and stuff, because I know I'm an emotional eater sometimes, and I gotta pause this because my squat form is atrocious, and I can't watch my knees buckle that bad. You know, I'm an emotional eater, so if I get really upset, I will eat 3 Pop-Tarts like that, and before you know it, I'm way, I dented way into my fat and my carbs. So, 3 Pop-Tarts is like 104 carbs or some shit like that. So, that's not the smartest thing to do. I mean, you can fit it in, but is it really worth it? Whereas, now, what I like to do is, if I think I'm going to go get a burrito, or I think I'm going to go to Denny's or something like that, just a couple examples, something that's higher calorie and uses up a lot of macros, I log that first. Okay, for example, tomorrow, I'm excited. I'm going to vlog the whole thing, but tomorrow, so Thursday is my medium day, 350 carbs and 47 fat. So I'm going to Chipotle, so I'm going to be logging my burrito ahead of time, and I'm getting frozen yogurt after, so I will attempt to log that as accurate as I can, rounding up to be as precise as I can. So as you hear, my phone is blowing up. Yeah, but I'm going to vlog that so you guys can see what I'm looking at. Trying to be a little healthier in my frozen yogurt battles because it's tough when it's $2.50 for an 8-ounce cup. Fill it as much as you want with whatever you want. So I want to stack that bitch with a ton of toppings and make it, top that bitch off. So it's about portion control and sacrificing, basically. And if I think I'm on the border of my macros, I will do a little bit of extra cardio to offset that, an extra 5 minutes, turn up the intensity, by like 0.3 miles per hour, or something like that, to burn some extra calories. So that's what I'll do if I do feel like I offset it, but I will log my burrito and frozen yogurt first, and then go about my day from there. Because, a Chipotle burrito is, depending on what I'm going to put in it, I might load the bitch right up. It'll be around 700-800 calories, and about 22-ish grams of fat, depending on if I get cheese or not, and, the usual works, and above 100 carbs. So, that's a decent chunk. That's a third of my carbs, and, I will have my breakfast and track that. The biggest thing is, guys, for days like these, when you have a high calorie meal like that, plus frozen yogurt right after, is to stay productive. That's first. And it also helps if you sleep in. I'm not one of those people who likes to sleep in. When I was in middle school and, high school, kind of, not as bad, up until probably my junior, senior year when I started working, I used to sleep in all day, basically. There was one day I remember sleeping in until 3 p.m. because I stayed up all night playing fucking Xbox. And I pulled several all-nighters fucking shit up. But, now I wake up. I think the latest, I slept in till like 12:30 one day when I was just fucking drained. I had like 2 hours of sleep the night before, and I was just fucking shot, basically. So, there was one night, and then I'm usually up around 8 a.m., which I guess is sleeping in, for some people. But tomorrow I intend to sleep in till about 9:30, 10 o'clock. Probably do my cardio early, half of it like I've been doing. I'll do 15 minutes when I first wake up, weigh myself probably, and have maybe a couple rice cakes or something for breakfast, for a little bit of carbs, and maybe some protein. Maybe I'll make a protein rice cake, egg white sandwich or some shit. But we will definitely see. I will vlog my entire day tomorrow. I know most of you guys don't probably give a fuck, but I think it's fun. And one thing is I like to watch old videos, so maybe, a year from now I will look back at my contest prep with Coach Paul Adamasi, Sr., and, remember this epic day, because at the end of the day, you have to enjoy yourself. Getting the best out of your day is really important, because there were so many times during my first prep where I just, oh man, I wanted to quit. I wanted to fucking quit so bad, and there was a fire that was just, I don't know, I fucked up so many times and I thought I was ahead, and there's no such thing as being ahead, especially, when you're not under 8% body fat. You shouldn't go out for the show, but I paid for my show pretty early and I kind of was fucked. And this time, I've had many times where I just wanted to give up, lack of size, all these negative thoughts, basically. I just want to put on size. That's the biggest reason. And I want to enjoy my food. And also, guys, just to kind of allude to future plans, I intend to bulk. I intend to lean bulk for, as long as I can stand, which probably won't be long. But, I want to do competitive eating challenges. None of that crazy shit like drinking 3 tubs of lemon juice like Furious Pete did. Nothing like that, or like 150 warheads. I mean like mass food challenges, like Man versus Food shit. That show's pretty badass, but, that shit's awesome. And I love eating, guys. Chris Jones made a video about this, and I feel like a douche because I'm kind of like almost copping his shit, but I've been like this since probably 2012. Back when I was with my ex-girlfriend of now, we used to go out to eat all the time, and I've always been one to go out to eat. It was always the Chinese restaurants and buffets and shit like that. Ever since I was, 14, 15 years old, I would always go out to eat places, and that's just the thing I love, And like I said, Chris Jones says he loves to eat restaurants, he loves to work out, and that's exactly me, I love eating food. I love going out to Denny's. It's funny because he loves Denny's too. I love Denny's, I love IHOP, I love fucking Chinese food, I love Thai food, I love pizza more than anything, New York style pizza. Living in New York, it's great because I can have this shit whenever I want. I mean, me personally can't, but I have the ability to, whereas a lot of people, like my ex-girlfriend who lives down south, she cannot eat New York style pizza because they don't have it, so when she comes up here, she binges her ass off on pizza and stuff. It's funny, but she's skinny and she's fit and she holds her figure well, and it's pretty good because not having to worry about your diet is a great thing. And that's why I love the off season, because you don't have to give a fuck. As long as you're hitting your protein and you're hitting the amount of calories you need to gain weight, you'll be alright. So that's just kind of a rant set aside. And also, furthering in detail, why I'm doing macros this week is to prepare myself for vacation, to get basically meal quantities and sizes down with foods I'm not used to eating, because on my meal plan I know basically everything and, macros per meal and shit like that. So if I have an idea of how to play around with macros, I've done this shit for 24 weeks beforehand, plus over the summer before I actually started my prep. So I got the macro concept down. If it fits your macros, is great. But more importantly is I don't want my food to spoil, because as it is now, I have a bunch of food sitting in my fridge that's going to go bad. Actually, it is bad. I guarantee it. So I'm just going to go throw that out tomorrow. But, I don't want my food to spoil, and I don't want to have to bring a shit ton of food down there. I'll probably buy some shit in meal prep, but not a lot. Not like I do now, not my mass preps. That takes hours and hours and hours. So, 4 hours a week I don't plan to do when I'm on vacation. Maybe like an hour, maybe. Just for like some chicken or something like that. But, yeah. So those are basically my reasons. And I want to enjoy some good food. So, I'm not going to get fat as fuck, and I'm definitely going to be extremely active throughout this vacation. So, be sure to watch my vlog for tomorrow, and the epic chess games will come sometime. I don't know when, but eventually I'll make gains. I promise.